That's it, my guys. Next stop, London. Gonna be a long trip. So you guys gonna have the chance to chat about the roads. You see how is my road all the way. And time to time I'm gonna be here talking to you. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the road. It will be a long trip. As I say, this is just another day. It's just another weekend. It's just another trip. So here we go. Off to London, my brother. There's a capoeira event, and I'm going to be participating in the ceremony of the grading. So I should arrive in London just around 9 o'clock. I need to drop my phone and try to get it fixed, and then hopefully next week I'll be able to stream it properly, you know, without a lot of trouble. The same trouble I'm having this week here. I thought it was something wrong with the platform or something, what I did in the settings, but actually it's just my phone not working. So yeah, let's see what's gonna be trip with the phone. I hope this guy can sort the problem. If not, I'll have to get a new phone, which I'm not planning to do so. It will be an expensive one to get a new one, so hopefully everything will be sorted. I hope you guys like the road. I hope you like the trip. I hope you have a chat between yourselves in there, and then you can talk. I'm not looking at the phone. The phone is on the place where I cannot even see the screen. I just put the phone there as a dash camera. So yeah, here we go. the question is, what are you guys doing awake at this time? You know, for me, it's just another morning on the road, like I do most of the weekends. So I'm used to it. And again, talk a little bit about my life. I can tell some tales and stories, you know, what happened on my childhood, what brought me here, how I ended up in the UK from the south of Brazil, coming from a very poor family, training martial arts, training capoeira. So a lot of people, they say, what are you doing with this dance of yours? This dance will take you nowhere. This dance, what you are doing, literally is just for a show, for performance. It cannot give you any future. This was the words I heard from my mother when I was young. So on the very beginning, it was okay for her because it was just a child playing on the street, like I could have been playing football or just playing with my friends, you know. As the time was passing, it was saving me for a lot of trouble, not getting beat up on the street from, you know, the bigger guys. It's been quite of a challenge, you know, survive when I was young on the street, at school, being black, fat, and in a very small city in the south of Brazil, when the majority of the people were white. There's a big colony of Dutch people living there. So most of the time it's being a trial how to survive out there. And you know, I say in these days everything was worth. If I have to go through all of the problems I had back then, all the injuries, fractures, I would think, yeah, it was worth every single moment. Of course, some of them I would love to not go through, you know, some very difficult times. It was a time when I decided to leave home, to work on the countryside, to work on the farms, just to get some cash, you know, to do my own thing. My parents, they could provide only the shelter over my head and give me food, but nothing apart of that. So I remember the day when my mom came to me and said, look, we can feed you, we can put a roof over your head, but if you want anything for your future, you need to start working now. You need to start doing something for yourself, not to help in the house, but just whatever you do, just for yourself, you know. And I did. I started working when I started following my dad at work when I was 8-9 years old in the countryside. All sorts of jobs, of physical work. When I was 12 years old was my first registered job. Now we're talking about the 90s, when it was normal a kid go to school and get like a part-time job. Now in these days it's not that easy to do it, but it was just normal back on the days. And I'm quite glad that happened. That molded me future, brought to the place where I am right now, and I'm happy. If I have to go through all of that again, and I would, without no regrets whatsoever. Back in 2005, my mother she retired, and she decided the place we were living was a bit too big for her and too chaotic, because she's a country woman as well. So we just decided to move. She decided to move to a small place called São José da Boa Vista, which was just 60 kilometers away from the place where we were living. Now in these days, I suppose there's about 5,000-6,000 people living in that town. But it was nothing for me to do in there. But away before that, when I was around 17, I decided to leave home and find my path. And so since then, things were hard, you know, in different places where I were. Beginning of 2006, I couldn't manage to pay my rent due to a motorbike accident I had all the time. So it was it was hard to keep up with the bills, with the rent. So I was on the streets. I was homeless for some time until someone kind of believed in me and gave me the chance to teach capoeira in the backyard of his house. So that's how everything started changing in my life, when I started teaching capoeira, when I started having students coming to me, elderly students of my former teacher, and they started training, they started giving this chance. End of 2006, I moved into the UK. For me, on the time, it was just another trip. I was just going for a capoeira trip to help with the ceremony of grading in the city of York, North Yorkshire, in England. And I decided to stay a bit longer. And since then, I'm here. So it's been 19 years I am in the UK. It will be next Tuesday to celebrate 19 years in the UK. And I'm still traveling. I'm still doing exactly the same thing what I was doing 20 years ago, just in a big scale, let's put it that way. I set my schools in here. I made my life in the UK. That's where my family is. That's where I became professional. Having different jobs, going to different fields, work in hospitality, work as a sports massage therapist, working as a co-man, planning to start a little company of a product which I have on my own, with homemade chili oil sauce, which I already sell it to some people, mostly in the UK. There's some other countries which I introduced my product to some people. They liked it, so time to time they asked me to send a little bit overseas, like Spain, Portugal, Poland. But it's nothing what I made it into a business. It's more like pocket money. I'm planning to a business in the future. It's not the time to do it yet. There's a long way. But I believe one day, it might work, like the reggae sauce, the Levy Root, which just started his business many years ago and he's settled. So that's my plan, but that's a plan for the future. For now, I'm enjoying doing what I'm doing. I'm enjoying being a co-man, I'm enjoying being a teacher, I'm enjoying my traveling, and I'm enjoying spending this time now with my family. Okay, but as I say, we need to make our living. So this trip, what I'm doing now, is just another business job. Well, I wouldn't say I'm traveling for business. It's more for the pleasures and my hobby. But I get paid for it. At least I get the expenses covered. And time to time we do a swap work. So I go to people's event, people come to my event, we cover each other's expenses. Yeah, but I only do that to some close friends. For some other people, if I have to leave the country, and then I'll have a set price to go in there. It's not what I'm doing this weekend. This weekend is more to celebrate a friend of mine who celebrates 25 years. He's a Brazilian guy living in the UK. His name is Ponciano. He's a very well-known guy in the the community of the capoeira. He was participating in a lot of different movies. He's a dance choreographer, martial art artist, master, and we became really, really good friends. So it's gonna be a big event. So for you guys to understand how big this event will be, there are people coming from all over the place, all over Europe, all over. I would not say all over the world, but there are people coming from America, coming from all over Europe, coming from Brazil, people in the United Kingdom, and the tickets sold out over a month ago. So it's going to be a great experience, seeing older friends, meeting new friends, just going along the line. And if some of you are wondering why I'm doing this live when I'm on my way, when I'm on the road, as I mentioned, it's just my phone not doing great. So I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to do any video or to stream while I am in London. I don't believe it's gonna be time for me to do anything in there. So this is actually is more like trying my phone, you know, just keep the phone up there and then see how it's going to be. This streaming, I don't know if the image is good. As I say, I'm just on the road. There's nothing exciting about it apart of me coming here time to time and talk. But some of my friends, they ask in Brazil, how is the roads in England when you drive there compared to the roads in Brazil? How safe is the road? How is the surface? So I'm just putting the phone here so you guys can follow a little bit of my trip, some of the friends in Brazil, and then they see what I'm doing. So there's nothing exciting, there's nothing which I expect people will come here and leave the like. Like you know, if you want to leave a like, that would be absolutely fantastic. I'll be grateful. Mainly because having problems with the not the platform, but with my phone, and it's reflecting into the channel. So I need to meet the metrics of the channel, which I need 4,000 watch hours. So I just decided to put the phone there and then see if I can get another 2 hours, 3 watch hours, just, you know, give me a hand to try and monetize this channel. It would be great. As I say, it's not to make my living in it. No, I don't believe I can quit my job and live through the internet. And even though I don't think I would like it, because I like what I do. Well, it's always good to have some extra cash, extra money, you know, and make friendship while some people are watching the video. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, leave a like, you know, let's share some moments in here. Let's make a friendship. one of the reasons I like to travel around this time in the morning now is just because the roads they are safer, you know, they're clean, there's not much of the traffic, even though in some areas like here, which is 40 miles an hour, there's no queue. If I would be on this road in another hour's time, that would be chaotic, you know, the queue, the congestion. I'm not saying I'm not gonna have it sometime farther on the road, but for now, as you guys can see, seems okay. You know, for now is fine. Let's see what's gonna be in the next miles. I still have another 178 miles to go, which means there's another almost 3 hours on the roads if everything keeps going well. You know, that will be the time. But all the time I try to add another half an hour on my route, just in case I need to stop for a coffee, or I need to stop to go to the loo, or to eat something, which normally I don't eat. Normally I don't make many stops unless I need to call for fuel. Apart of that, I just start and I go all the way on the driving. And normally when it's like about 4 hours on the road, I keep manage it without any break. In 4 hours is fine. If it's gonna be about 5, 6, then probably I'll do one stop just to stretch a little bit, just to have some fresh air outside, you know. But for now, I suppose I'm just gonna stop when I get to where I want to go in London. So I'm going to drop my phone first to this store, and then I need to go to another place near West Kensington. So I suppose that is, once I'm in London, it will be another hour to go from one place to the other, which I will just manage to arrive on the place when everybody will get there, because the event I believe the event starts at 10. Now I don't know if they're gonna open the doors at 10 or if they're gonna get there, let's say, half an hour earlier, just to set the room for the classes where people can leave the luggage, you know, have like a little coffee. So hopefully I'm gonna get there just right on time. God willing, nothing will happen on the roads, like no problems with the car, no congestion, no accidents, no even me, but anybody else on the road. I hope everybody will be driving safe and everyone will get to the place where they need to get, because everybody's traveling for a different reason. Can be people just going for, like me, for events, or people are just traveling with the family to go like for a holiday or a long weekend to get somewhere, or some people working. So I wish everyone will have a safe trip while we are on the roads. course, I don't know who is there watching now, but if people are wondering why I'm doing this live right now, once again, is to try and boost the channel. I need a few hours, watch hours, to try and monetize the channel. So I had this thought, this goal to try and monetize it next year. I still need another 2,000 watch time hours, and also I'm using it as a dash camera, okay, which is can be quite safe, and you know, recording the roads, can be any situation, can be anything on the road. So, and as I'm doing it, why not show to some of you guys? And of course, I'm gonna have everything recorded on the phone, just for the fact that I don't have a physical dash camera. So yeah, an easy one. I can use this phone, which is an extra one, just for recording roads. aí, meu pessoal, meu povão, meu povo, povinho, povão, povaréu, né? Meu brasileiro nato, malandragem pura, meu povo da capoeira, meu povo do Zambola. Estamos aqui mais uma viagem a caminho de Londres, né? Mais um evento de capoeira, mais um desafio de um final de semana cheio de cultura popular brasileira, aonde muitas vezes é fácil e muitas vezes é um desafio. Depende do ponto de vista. Né? Porque às vezes, né, quando a gente se propõe aí em um evento de capoeira, aonde você sabe que só vai ter iniciantes fazendo parte daquele evento, quando você abre uma escola, né, ou você está simplesmente visitando alguém e você sabe que vai ter ali iniciantes ou pessoas que estão praticando a arte, né, talvez aí por 5 anos, é fácil você segurar uma aula, é fácil você segurar o pessoal ali, fazer um entretenimento para ele, qualquer ensinamento que vocês passarem, né? Quando você está no começo, você pode falar sobre a cultura, você pode falar sobre a musicalidade, você pode falar sobre a defesa pessoal. O desafio começa quando você entra numa sala onde não são apenas iniciantes, mas já são pessoas que já estão praticando por um certo tempo, num nível até intermediário, digamos assim, de 5 a 10 anos. Né? O pessoal já está praticando, então ele já tem um certo conhecimento, né, na arte. Então, aquele pequeno desafio que você vai ter que explorar, né, vários aspectos da capoeira. E você vai ter que fazer com que seja interessante para cativar aquelas pessoas que já estão ali, trazendo algo que talvez eles ainda não saibam. E o desafio, ele aumenta, e aumenta muito, quando você chega num lugar onde já existem pessoas que estão praticando ali por muito mais tempo, né? Pessoas que já estão ali na prática de 10 a 20 anos dentro da cultura, né? Que já trazem outros aspectos da cultura popular brasileira, não apenas a capoeira, como outras artes, né? Como a dança, como a culinária, muitas vezes a religião de matrizes africanas, que já realmente entendem que não é apenas aquela coisa da cultura brasileira, mas da afrocultura. Então o desafio, ele aumenta. Você já vai encontrar pessoas que já são professores experientes, já são instrutores que já estão ali há muito tempo no desafio. Aí nem se fala quando você vai chegar num lugar como hoje, um evento de capoeira, onde terão muitas pessoas que já se consagraram na arte e já são mestres na arte. Porque daí não é apenas você chegar e passar um pouco do seu conhecimento para as pessoas que querem aprender, mas você também vai ser avaliado, né, por aquelas pessoas que já têm uma experiência muito maior que a sua. Por exemplo, hoje eu estarei com pessoas que já estão na arte há mais de 50 anos. Eu não tenho nem 50 anos de idade. Então são essas pessoas que estão neste momento observando, não os alunos. Para observar um aluno iniciante, eu só preciso de um instrutor. Para observar um instrutor, eu preciso de um professor. Para observar o professor, é o meu trabalho de contramestre. Agora, sabendo também que eu estou sendo observado pelos mestres que estão à minha volta, pelas pessoas que estão ali, que estão de olho se o que eu estou fazendo está de acordo com aquilo que está funcionando, pelo menos da regra da casa onde eu estou participando do evento. Então o olhar, ele se expande muito mais, né? Se eu estou observando o aluno iniciante, o instrutor, o professor, né? O mestre, ele está observando o comportamento também dos outros mestres. O meu comportamento como contramestre, o comportamento dos professores, de todas as pessoas. Então, a visão, ela é uma visão meridiana, ela é uma visão panorâmica de tudo que está acontecendo ali à volta. Então, não é apenas eu estar ali, né, demonstrando um pouco do meu conhecimento para os alunos, mas também para os mestres presentes, para ver se eu serei aceito nessa comunidade da capoeira, com pessoas muito mais experientes, né, que muitas vezes me permitem sentar à mesa, né? Não sentar na mesa, mas sentar-se à mesa, né? Junto com eles. Então, o desafio, ele é sempre grande, ele é muito maior, né? Principalmente quando o próprio dono da casa, ele já é um mestre de capoeira, e ele te convida e trata você como se você também fosse um. Mesmo eu sabendo dentro do meu próprio íntimo que eu não sou um mestre de capoeira, que eu não tenho maturidade para ser um mestre de capoeira, eu não tenho idade sequer para ser um mestre, mas sou considerado por ele, pelo dono da casa e por seus convidados, né? Dentro desse ambiente da capoeira. Então, muitas vezes as pessoas falam: olha que legal, você está participando de um evento grande, de um evento legal, mas ninguém sabe a pressão que isso acaba sendo, e que com o passar do tempo ela vai diminuindo, porque, como eu disse, hoje talvez eu vá encontrar pessoas que eu ainda não conheço, mas existem várias pessoas que eu já conheço e que são convidados especiais da casa e que me tratam como um amigo. Então a pressão ela acaba diminuindo um pouco, mas ainda assim é uma certa pressão, né? Porque o mestre ele pode chegar a qualquer momento, ele não vai chegar para um aluno, por exemplo, e falar: olha, segura o berimbau, segura a bateria, toca esse ritmo, toca aquele ritmo, conduz essa roda, conduz esse treinamento, olha, ajuda este menino, ajuda este professor, este instrutor. Esse é o meu trabalho, um trabalho de imediato de contramestre. Normalmente, um contramestre, ele é simplesmente aquela pessoa que está mais próxima do seu mestre. Isso é um contramestre de um grupo. Quando você passa a ser um contramestre de capoeira, é o momento que você passa a ser o imediato de qualquer mestre mais velho que está ali presente, que ele vai chegar para você simplesmente e vai pedir: olha, eu gostaria que você fizesse isso. Outras pessoas vão ser um pouco mais ríspidas, rústicas, né? Ó, vá lá e faça isso. Aí cabe a você querer fazer ou não, dizer: ah, eu faço ou eu não faço. Esse é o comportamento que todos à sua volta vão estar observando, como você se comporta quando uma pessoa chega de uma forma educada e como que você se comporta quando uma pessoa chega de uma forma mais rude. E aí começa toda a peleia. Aí vai começar aquele desafio para saber se você está preparado, né, mentalmente, psicologicamente, para tratar com as situações, independentemente de como a pessoa chega para falar com você. Muitas vezes a pessoa ela não quer ser estúpida ou mal educada com você, é simplesmente a forma que ela vê de testar você. Isso acontece o tempo todo, até você ser aceito pela comunidade. E demora, viu? Então hoje, quando eu vejo muitos meninos aí, jovens ainda, já com um título de mestre, com um título, não com um respeito adquirido pela comunidade, mas alguém que simplesmente foi ali, comprou, né, um certificado, comprou uma graduação, colocou na cintura e se auto-intitulou mestre. E para os alunos dele, ele sempre vai ser o mestre, mas para a comunidade é só mais um otário que apareceu ali tentando fazer parte da comunidade. E muitas vezes essa pessoa ela não vai ser aceita. Às vezes as pessoas vão estar ali dizendo: ah, tá, você é de casa e tal, não sei o quê, mas se não rolar uma graninha, acaba se tornando um negócio. E infelizmente, dentro do mundo das artes marciais, muitas vezes é isso que acontece, acaba se transformando num negócio e acaba perdendo o seu valor. Mas fazer o quê? Se isso acontece em todos os ambientes, por que não aconteceria no ambiente das artes marciais e principalmente no ambiente da capoeira, que ainda é digamos, é uma terra inóspita. A capoeira, ela é uma terra sem leis ainda, infelizmente. A capoeira ela tem suas regras dentro da sua casa, dentro de um grupo, dentro de uma organização. Então as pessoas que fazem parte daquela organização é uma coisa. Pessoas que vêm de fora e estão presentes ali naquele momento, ela ainda é uma terra sem lei. E eu digo isso infelizmente. Mas é assim que a banda toca, é assim que as coisas acontecem, vai continuar sendo assim, independentemente de como isso é. Mas segue o baile. Yeah, there's still a long way to go, guys. There's still another 2.5 hours getting talking to you. Depends who will be there all the time talking to me. So most of the times I'm speaking in Portuguese is just to give some of my friends headlights in Brazil what I for the weekend. Sometimes people from my own group, people who supervise. I'm in charge of my group in the UK. But most of my students, most of them, they don't travel much. They stay in the school teaching the classes for kids, for adults, teaching the beginners. And my job is just to go around and spread the name of my school, the name of my master, to show people where I come from and have my base here. Yes, guys, nobody says it's easy. When I say to people I travel a lot with martial arts, I travel a lot to lead workshops or to be participating in seminars and events, ceremonies of grading. It's not easy. Some people just think, wow, what a good life you have. You travel a lot, you know places, you see different people, you enjoy what you do. Yes, in parts. But what a lot of people they don't see is to get to that place. I'm not going to a time machine, sitting there in a chair and disintegrate my body and be appearing somewhere else 200 miles away, 300 miles away. No, we need to hit the roads. And it's a long trip sometimes. Tiring. É uma Ita sou eu, é uma Ita, é o Maitá, sou eu. 1868, hoje eu venho lhe falar. Foi em terras paraguaias que meu povo foi lutar. É o Maitá, sou eu. É o Maitá, sou eu. Hoje eu venho lhe falar do caso que aconteceu com o exército dos macacos. O Maitá estremeceu. O Maitá, é o Maitá,